All right, y'all. D-Lo 404 Boxing back with another one in the Shutup and Fight series. I just dropped one about Terrence Bud Crawford, who is pretty much the rival of Errol Spence Jr. right now. I think it's only fitting that I talk to Errol Spence Jr. about him shutting up and fighting. Errol Spence Jr., we know who you don't want to fight. Terrence Bud Crawford. You say you cleaned up your side of the street first. So Terrence Bud Crawford is not on your side of the street. So clearly, you're not interested in fighting Terrence Bud Crawford next. We've heard Manny Pacquiao's name. We heard you talk about fighting Ugas. We even heard you talk about you'll give Terrence Crawford 40%. But what we're not hearing is who you are going to fight, when you're going to fight, when you're going to make it happen. We know the Danny Garcia fight wasn't terribly long ago. But when you sit atop a division as one of the top guys and one of the only champions, there's only a handful in each division. And in this case, there's only 3 of y'all who hold the major belts in the division. Fans want to know when you're going to fight. We don't need to know a month out. We don't need to know 6 weeks out. We like to know ahead of time so we can anticipate it. We can be prepared. Hey, and in some way, shape, form, or fashion, we help build a fight and help sell the fight. But hearing you talk about who you're not going to fight, hearing you talk about who you thinking about fighting, that's all well and fine. But it's time for you guys who hold the keys to a division, and you are the guy with 2 belts, the only guy with 2 belts at 147. So as a fan of boxing, a fan of the welterweight division, a guy who sees you as a top 5 pound for pound in the sport, not gonna say where you fall because I hadn't had time to really break down my list, but you are in the top 5 hands down on my list, excuse me. So I wanna know when you're gonna fight, who you're gonna fight, who do you wanna fight? Because it seems like the only thing that you told us definitively that you wanted to do was go on your ranch and tend to your horses. Well, Errol Spence Jr., how about tending to the business that pays you? The business of boxing. Your fans who help support your events. Who help support you when everybody else was criticizing you, throwing you under the bus, making jokes about your accident. Errol Spence Jr., your turn. Shut up and fight. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.